Okay, welcome to Trailer Fitter's Toolbox again, or should we say kitchen table. This is the contents of my toolbox. Today we're going to cover electrical hand tools. What I've got is a selection of strippers, my trusty side cutters, combination ratchet crimpers. I also have in this pile over here insulated, non-insulated ratchet crimpers. We also have lurking about one of these which I really think you should not use, but personal choice there. We also have a soldering line. I'll show you how to tin up stuff, and heat guns, blow lamps for shrink wrap. Right. Also have in here is a grommet stretcher. It's not really, it's an O-ring stretcher, but we can use it for electrical tools. Fantastic. Right, let's carry on. Right, for good wiring jobs, especially if you're going to do a lot, especially on your Land Rover, you need a good set of side cutters. These ones are made by Barco, which are cheaper than Snap-on, but they've got good quality. This pair, however, it's a cheap pair and they haven't lasted very long. I can't even remember what the name is, Draper or something. Right, okay. The more accurate you have a cut, the better it is for you for your wiring. But hey, let's carry on. What I have here is insulated wiring. Okay, that's the outer core. This is actually 3-core wiring. And I have here an insulator cutter. Okay, now if you have a look at that, it does have a blade on it. Okay, and also a push button which will turn the blade. See that? Turn the blade. So how you use this is that you clamp on the wiring, you give it a couple of turns, you push the button and then draw it. Well, in this case we're lucky that's pulled that out. Okay, you get a precise cut. The reason you want to do this and not with your side cutters is because if you nip the casing on the core on the inner wiring, you can then get water down into here. If you're using this externally, that will be a problem. Just look at this clip here, you can see that's been nipped and the rot's got in there. Okay, the wiring's failed. Right, so what we have is the cable core exposed here like this. Alright, 3-core. Now, strippers here. Alright, they come in varying sizes and it depends on the gauge on your wiring. If I draw this up to the camera, you can see that these are numbered. What I basically do, instead of getting too technical, is find the right slot and clip off. So I'm bearing the wiring here. Alright, now that's a nice neat cut. Yeah, you can do that with your side cutters. Yeah, no problem, I can do that. Yeah, that ain't a problem. But for quickness, chop, 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 and they're done. Alright, now that's easy. Also, with the larger set, obviously, you can then achieve a larger diameter wires. Okay, and then you can then remove the insulation like that. Yeah. They're basically simple. These are fantastic tools. I've had these nearly 10 years and they're still accurate and working. Right, let's move on to soldering. Alright, electric soldering iron. This one, 25 watts. It's not extremely powerful. It's okay for soldering up light gauge wires, but you'd have a problem soldering up a connector on a wire of this gauge. Alright, what you'd need is something like this. What I usually use this for is tinning up wires for use in the junction boxes with this type of connector. You join the wires together, it's no problem, and heat shrink them, but what you have an issue with is if you're working on your vehicle and you haven't got access to an electrical plug, that's going to make it harder. You can get gas powered ones, as you can see, tinned up wire. Alright, corrosion resistant obviously, and makes a better contact. You can use this for small component repairs and such like, but like I say, if you're on a vehicle and it's in an awkward area, then you're better off crimping the terminals. My mum years ago used to have a tool in her sewing cabinet called the quick unpick, which would undo threads very quickly if she was unstitching a garment. Now you can see the barb on here. Alright, this is absolutely fantastic for removing this horrid black tape. Basically you dig in and slide down the loom. Alright, it's non-damaging. What you're doing is you're paring off this black plastic PVC tape. It's good for protection, good for keeping your looms together, but when you actually want to repair something, it becomes a nightmare, because what people usually do, they get their old side cutters and they hack away at it, but that leaves the wiring damaged on occasion. So using this wonderful little tool here, this comes with my terminal removal kit, but I'm sure you can find that from a sew shop. As you can see, look, pretty straightforward. And there you have the plastic off the wiring, leaving you to repair it or to fit more wires in. There you go, have another look at that. Okay, I know there's a few out of there that would prefer to cut something like a rubber blank in your bulkhead and then push your wires through. However, grommets for bulkhead fittings, running looms in, you can get this tool here. This is actually an O-ring spreader, but what it does, you can spread the grommet, alright, like this, and then, okay, just be patient with me here, is actually shove your wiring through and then, hang on, yeah, not struggle, there, okay, that's an easy one. That's just one of those sort of trade hints that you need to know. Alright, the O-ring spreader, look. Alright, there's some quite expensive stuff here, which is shrink wrap. It's good for covering up terminals. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, because nothing is. But to make a joint tidy, especially if you soldered it, in this case we put a shrink wrap terminal on it. I just slip that over there. Alright then, heat gun. This is actually a flambe gun, which I bought from the supermarket for about £19. Snap-on ones are about £50. Alright, now you can see the difference in price, and it does exactly the same thing. Alright, so there you have it. Tidy. I'll show you the other instrument I have, which is this. Now this is 50 quid, and this is quite brutal. Okay, you can see the flame on that compared to the flame on this. To be honest with you, shrink wrap stuff you could actually use a cigarette lighter with. Look, a piece of soldered wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, who done this then, Jenka?
That's you.
No, it was you did that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go on then, switch it off.
Okay.
The red button again.